Hello, hello, everyone. Anahata here. You've probably heard about the UFOs that people keep filming in New Jersey and even in Florida. I'm in Southwest Florida. And then other places in the world, these glowing, like kind of like this, plasma-like orbs in the night sky. And I've actually been approached by a few people who are like, what do you think these are? And at first I was like, well, I don't really have an opinion. I don't know. They're fascinating to watch. Could they be orbs? What are they? What's the meaning? And then that curiosity led me down this really interesting rabbit hole. And what I found out may surprise you. So the first thing, whenever I have a question, I zoom out. I go back to the basics. What do I know? And I don't know what these plasmoids are, but I do know a lot about physics. And so I revisited, well, what do we actually know about plasma? What is plasma? And, this isn't just the glowing state of matter that we learn about in school. How does it behave? And so once I brushed up on all of that, I realized, oh, plasma could be considered the fourth state of matter. Length, width, height, first, second, third, solid, liquid, gas, plasma. And I was like, interesting. Well, actually, I came up with that. That's nothing you can like Google and see people talking about plasma being the fourth. They do say it's the fourth state of matter, but to me, if there's three other states, a solid, liquid, gas, and this is a highly energized state of charged particles that move independently, right? And they can interact with electromagnetic fields. I thought, length, width, height. So this is just like, plasma is really dynamic. It's non-local and it's very responsive to energy. It behaves in different ways that are almost otherworldly. And yet plasma makes up the majority of our physical universe. So just because we don't experience it here, other than like aurora borealis and your plasma TV, it doesn't mean it's uncommon, that state of matter outside of our world. In fact, it's very common. So that got me thinking, as I said, if you consider solids, liquids, and gases, the metaphorical first, second, and third dimensional energy we experience, right? Length, width, height. Solids are fixed. You measure them, length. Liquids adapt to their container, spreading out in width, right? And gases expand and rise, height. Length, width, height. Well, what's the next fourth phase? It's time. So we're out of that time, the fourth dimension, transcending that. And so then I thought, okay, well, that makes sense because it does behave outside of the normal rules of space and time. So could it be that plasma is the fourth dimension, timelessness? And the idea really does keep making me think that this is true because there's so many other things regarding energy consciousness and how humanity is evolving here that makes me think that yes, indeed, these glowing orbs that people are seeing, these plasmoids, are a fourth dimensional. Now, when you look at the chakra system, as above, so below, as within, so without, you see that the fourth dimension, particularly the chakra, is a bridge, that's the anahata, between the seen lower chakras and unseen, right? So it's this gateway that also aligns beautifully with this whole fourth dimensional plasmoid reality. So the heart chakra is the gateway connecting the physical and spiritual realms. It's the energetic center where our human experiences of love, compassion, connection meet this higher frequency of unity and infinite wisdom and possibility. So in the same way, plasmoids could be seen as this external manifestation of that bridge, right? Portals, interconnectedness, just like the heart chakra, they both exist as a gateway between the tangible and intangible, the known and the unknown, the 3D and the 4D and higher. And you don't just think of the fourth dimension as, time, but also that dimension of connection, timelessness, non-locality. And so then it makes sense that it would resonate with the heart chakra, because that's the portal beyond the lower chakras into the space of the unified field and Akashic records and beyond, feminine, masculine together. So it could be that these plasmoids are now finally here. We can see them because we're stepping into this heart-centered dimension. As we evolve out of just this purely physical, ego-driven reality into one where the unseen realms are of connection, energy, love, we can actually begin to touch and measure this. I think that we might be finding ourselves in this position. These aren't random lights, I don't think. I mean, they seem to behave in ways that are beyond our current understanding of technology and physics. And it could be leading us into something much, much bigger, interdimensional dimensions of reality that we're just beginning to perceive of. And it makes sense because the Earth and collective humanity, we're shifting into higher consciousness. It's no longer just a woo-woo word where we say we're rising in consciousness, higher dimensions. It's literal. We are literally the Schumann resonance, everything. We're going into new higher dimensions of reality. That's fact. So these plasmoids are now appearing because we can see them with this bandwidth. They're showing up as part of our evolutionary process within our awakening as a species. And another fascinating possibility is when you look at plasmoids, and are they the key to unlocking free energy? I was actually doing some investigation earlier with one of my favorite tools to dive deeper into what I know and uncover things that I don't know, but that are readily available across all vastness of information on our internet, and that is AI. And I was talking about my thoughts, and AI seemed to think that I was onto something. But when I started talking about free energy, there's a lot of people who don't want to hear. They've been snuffed in the past. And so I'm just saying, whoa, my chat thread, out of hundreds of chat threads that I have going, that was the only one that can't load now. Odd. Very odd. So anyway, if I disappear after this message, no, I'm kidding. I just wanted to share my thoughts, though, because, plasma is the fourth state of matter. And if we're already exploring using it in cutting edge technologies, they aren't so cutting edge anymore, but the plasma pixels that you see that make images sharp, right? Nuclear fusion, other things. The sun itself is a ball of plasma. So these plasmoids, these self-organizing plasma structures, might hold even greater potential than we see on surface level. What if they could stabilize fusion reactions or act as natural batteries, storing and transferring energy and information in ways we haven't yet mastered? Could be. And we've already seen natural examples of plasma energy, like lightning and then auroras and things like that. But what if plasmoids could really help us to tap into this vast atmospheric energy reservoir? And if that's true, how could that transform the way we think about energy, access energy, making it clean, limitless, and also we could go then interstellar pretty quickly with unlimited energy. So it doesn't stop there. If plasmoids interact with space-time itself, then they could even open the door to technologies like interdimensional travel or portals and completely redefine what's possible for humanity. And you think about a plasmoid when it's having like a sunburst, a sun flare, what's happening with the electromagnetic energy field as it snaps back faster than the speed of light. Just it's spooky action at a distance. This is non-local entrainment. This is the stuff that Einstein was talking about, entanglement and the like, faster than the speed of light. So you're not traveling, you're traveling, if you know what I mean. So my opinion is, plasmoids, they aren't just some random phenomena. or mysterious lights. I believe that they could be portals to higher dimensions of consciousness, realms that we are finally ready to perceive of again without freaking out. That's the key. Without freaking out. Think about it. A few decades ago, I can't remember exactly when, put it in the comments if you remember, there was this radio program claiming that the world was invaded by extraterrestrials, and literally people were in full-blown panic. They thought it was real just hearing it. But now we're seeing these glowing plasma-like orbs with our own eyes, and we're, surprisingly calm. No one's running down the streets screaming. And there's this sense of collective curiosity, but not hysteria. So what does this mean? I think it means we're ready. I think it means that plasmoids could be showing us that humanity is evolving to a point where we can interact with higher dimensions with curiosity and not fear. And it's almost as if it's a gentle introduction to a bigger reality, one that's always been there, but we just couldn't handle it until now. Now, the fascinating part, these portals, they could be connecting us to something else. It could be a reflection of us, our higher selves, our collective consciousness, coming to us in waves of future. There only is the now. We don't have past, present, future. Outside of time is infinity. So sending us love memos in a traditional sense, reaching through the veil, inviting us to step into our fullest potential as we go into this extraordinary time of both time and space travel beyond our current 3D length, width, height perspective. And of course, this is just a piece of the puzzle I'm offering for consideration, because I haven't heard many people, if anyone, put the link to other people talking about it in the way I'm talking about it. I may be the first. And if I am not the first, where did that information go? Because it just seems so natural to look at it in that way. If you go do some research on what is plasma, well, it's the fourth phase. Well, fourth, okay, length, width, height, time, okay, makes sense, right? And so this isn't just evidence of higher dimensional reality. What can we learn from this? Are there keys to free energy and interdimensional travel that is giving us something else entirely? I love watching these things. They're so interesting. And I love that drones are checking them out. Military drones are checking them out, because they're different, right? And they truly are, they're not a little saucer coming down with aliens invading us. They're way higher tech than that, right? And because we're asking questions now, that opens the door then to new insights. It activates something within us that goes, because if you think that we are the only ones, you're delusional. I mean, really think. There's billions of planets like Earth, billions, not just a few million, billions. So you don't think some of these planets have advanced technology to be able to travel through certain methods that we currently can't foresee? Well, we're foreseeing them now. We are literally foreseeing them. So what questions are you asking? I'm asking a few. What does this mean? I'm writing a sci-fi trilogy. It is science fiction, but it's fun to hypothesize and see right? And these glowing plasma phenomenon, they're not here by accident. Nothing happens randomly. They're showing up now because I believe we're ready to see them. And they're definitely here to encourage us to connect to something far greater than what we've ever possibly imagined. So also, I love how people are connecting with them consciously, telepathically, and seemingly asking them, if you can hear us. One of the cutest little filmings of it was this mom and this little kid. She goes, well, if you can hear us, blink in and out. And the little kid goes, yes, please blink in and out. And then literally within a second, what was solid and not pulsing begins to pulse, blinking in and out. I just don't think that is a coincidence. There's other people saying, they're filming it zoomed in and you can see the coolness that's happening. And then they ask it questions and it does react to those questions. One of them was, oh, so Jesus? like sacred geometry popping out. Like, hello, this is kind of cool. So ask yourself at the very least, what's going on? What is this here to show me about my own journey, my own evolution, my own fears, my own hypothesis? Because ultimately, this isn't about UFOs or plasmoids. It's about us. We're waking up into new infinite potential and stepping into a reality that's more connected, more conscious, more extraordinary than we've ever known right now. It's happening now. And so I'm, for one, really excited about this bioluminescence period. I guess they call it homoluminescence, this age of enlightenment that's happening, this fourth dimensional energy that's anchored in now. The cat's out of the bag. That the timelines to sort of buffer and mute this fourth dimension that long past. That 2012 it was game over in terms of you can't put it back. You can't put the magic back in the hat. Like it's here now. So what are we going to do with it? Is the real thing? And think about our little ball of plasma. It's massive, but we're spinning around it. And in high school, they taught you this little. We're here. Little dots going around the sun. No, we're a helix. We're spinning 1,000 miles per hour through space we've never been in yet. And we do look like a helix, a DNA strand going as we go with our plasmic anchor as the guide, the sun. We're weaving new understanding every minute. What's possible and now what's possible and what's next. So I hope that this spurred a little bit of thought in your mind and maybe curiosity, and you can go check out what the heck are you talking about, Anahata? Well, that's in the eye of the beholder. Go check it out. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Much love, and I'm excited to explore the fourth phase of matter and what that is in relation to our time and our space and our energy. All right, guys, much love. We'll chat soon. Bye for now.